Greetings and welcome to the World Numismatic News' Canadian Penny Varieties You Should Know Episode 7. In this installment, we will be taking a closer look at the 1983 coin, with its so-called near and far beads varieties. So, in December of 1981, the Canadian Ministry of Supplies and Services announced that the Royal Canadian Mint would be altering the design of the Canadian 1-cent coin, ever so slightly. Chiefly, the design would then change from a rounded border to a 12-sided design instead. In addition, the traditional denticles that have always appeared around the border would then be replaced with a beaded border on both the obverse and reverse of the coin. The first of these entered circulation in 1982, and in 1983, our variety coin comes into play. Now, it's fair to say that this is not the easiest variety to identify completely offhand, and the best way to really do it is to compare a suspected coin with a known copy. In other words, if you have a coin that you know is either a near or a far beads variety, just compare it to the other coin you have found and then see if it matches or not. And the difference between the two is exactly what it sounds like. The beads around the border are either nearer or further from the rim of the coin, hence the near and far beads varieties. Now, this only applies to the beads on the obverse of the coin, to be completely clear, as the reverse is not affected by this either way. Neither of the varieties are exceedingly scarce either, with a total mintage of 975,510,000 coins minted for that particular year, although a near beads variety does appear to be more elusive than the far beads type, and as such may command a slight premium in higher mint state grades. This is a slightly unorthodox way of doing it. However, if you take a dot that is at the nearest point towards the rim of the coin and try to fit additional dots into the space in between, then you can clearly see, as in this example, that the far beads type has a lot more room to spare than the near beads type would have. Of course, simply comparing the two coins or measuring the gap would also work perfectly well, which is why I said earlier that comparing a known example is the best way to go, as it will either match it with the coin that you have, or it will not. And if it doesn't, then you know you have both varieties in hand. Sometimes things are really just that simple after all. Now, in terms of actual value, as said, between the two varieties there are nearly 1 billion coins minted. So anything that has seen circulation will likely only fetch perhaps $2 to $3 a piece if you're lucky. In mint state grades, at most around $50 seems reasonable for a far beads type, and most sources quote numbers of around 150 or so for the near beads variety. Now, this would be for a very high grade mint state example of around, say, MS 65 or 66 thereabouts. Remember to take a look at the rest of the videos in this coin series as well, and subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you ever so much for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.